welcome back to my channel, and I hope you're well and keeping safe, and of course living your best lives, because that is all that we're about on this channel. On this channel, we like to inspire each other, share life experiences, and just hold each other's hands as we go through life, because we all know that life is not easy, but sometimes you just need people to tell you that you're doing it the right way and it is going to be okay. So I'm so excited to join you in yet another episode today. And in today's episode, guys, we're going to be talking about something so exciting. The single ladies, where are you? Welcome, karibu sana. This video is definitely for you, and if you have a single friend, this video is for them as well. So listen in and get to share with them. Without further ado, let's get right into the video. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about some of the mistakes that single people make. Please share your experiences and share some of the mistakes that you also believe single ladies make. Not even just single ladies, even the men. I mean, it's not just the ladies, the single people, ladies, men, girls, everybody. So today we're just going to be talking about those mistakes that single people make. So I would really appreciate if you shared your feedback and experiences that you've had in the comment section. Mistake number one that single people make is being too desperate. So many single people get to a point where they're so desperate to meet their significant other that they go the extra mile to actually not just be desperate, but do desperate things, or do things that desperate people do. Does that even make sense? So you get so desperate because you want to meet somebody, maybe you want to settle down, that you end up doing things that you'd ordinarily not do. Because you see, it is one thing to be desperate. You can actually be desperate in your heart, and that, okay, you want to meet somebody so badly, you want to meet somebody like yesterday, but you don't have to show it. But people get so desperate and go ahead to show it, that you're willing to go that extra mile to do things that you'd ordinarily not do, just because you're desperate, just because you want somebody to see that you're there, or to see that you're committed to them, and you want them to take the extra mile and show commitment to you. But ladies, gentlemen, single people, stop being too desperate, because you see, when you're too desperate, you find yourself meeting anything. You know how they normally make this joke of when people are in their 20s, early years of their life, they're like, no, I want this kind of person, but it gets to a certain point when they have not met the person of their dreams, especially the ladies, right? So you find you've not met the man of your dreams, and then it reaches a point where you're just like, any man is a man, whichever way is a way, all roads lead to Rome. Those are signs of being desperate. So ladies, please, let's stop being too desperate, because when we're desperate, we end up settling for anything, right? You end up settling for anything. You end up doing things that you would not do on a day-to-day basis. Like, you find someone even moves into the guy's place just because you're desperate to settle down, you're desperate to have somebody commit to you. You find that you start giving investing so much time, resources, energy in this relationship, simply because you want them to get to commit to you. But you know what? The men know what they want. The men know what they want, and they will never tell you that. So whether you move in, whether you wash his clothes, or you furnish his house, whatever you do, if the man is not interested in you, ladies, he will not commit to you. So let's stop being too desperate and showing it and doing desperate things, because at the end of the day, we are the losers. And we find ourselves nursing heartbreak, saying, oh, he broke my heart, oh, he did this, oh, he did that. But it's because we showed that we were so desperate, and definitely that men ended up taking us for granted. They took advantage of us, and they're like, okay, let's enjoy this while it lasts. And deep down, they know that this is definitely not going anywhere. Mistake number two that ladies make is setting overly high expectations, or setting unrealistic expectations. Yeah. I've had very many ladies, actually saying, I want somebody who is tall, dark and handsome, financially stable. I need a doctor or engineer or an architect. You want somebody who is financially stable, he's well-traveled, he's all these things. But what I always tell my lady friends who say this, I will ask, all those things that you are expecting in a man, are you that? Or can you afford that? Because it does not make sense wanting what you're not. If you're talking about wanting somebody who is financially stable, are you financially stable? Right? Because you don't want a situation where you simply, you're in need of a partner or somebody simply because you want to depend on them, instead of waiting to meet somebody who is, tall, dark and handsome, financially stable, well-learned, well-traveled. Why don't you strive to actually be that? Just work on yourself and be the best version of yourself that you can possibly be. If it means going back to school, well and good. If it means traveling the world, do that. Work on yourself as you wait for that person. But don't just sit there and wait and say, oh, I want this kind of person. And you find that a good man could come your way, but because he's not tall, you say no. But because you've set this high expectation of, you want somebody who, he's going to stand, so tall, and then, you're here like so short. So what I always encourage people is to work hard to ensure that they are all those things that they expect in a partner, so that once you meet this person, you're simply complementing each other. And also, I think people should stop looking for perfection, right? People are always looking for that perfect person when they are actually not perfect. So single ladies, calm down, relax. I'm not saying lower down your standards, like have no standards at all, but there's like a basic. If he meets, let's say, 60-70% of the threshold, I think that is good enough. For instance, a person could come, he's God-fearing, maybe he's not tall. It doesn't mean you should turn him away. Just give him an opportunity to express his intentions to you, and just get to learn the person. You never know where it could lead you. There's a saying that goes that you will never know if you do not try. So please stop chasing good people away, even when you see that there's potential in them, simply because they do not meet the requirements or the threshold of what perfection looks like to you. The third mistake that single ladies make is looking at men as trees and not as men. I know that is confusing, right? You see a man, maybe he expresses his intention to you, or he's close to you, he's probably a close friend of yours, but you choose to see him as somebody with no intention. Oh, he's just my friend. And sometimes you find that the outside world could actually say that, oh, I think this person would be a good match for you, a good fit for you. But you're like, oh no, he's just my friend. Oh, he's a brother in the Lord. Or no, I don't think we can work out. No, we're just close buddies. As if it is your enemies that you're going to marry. No. It is those people around you that normally turn out to actually be the people that you end up with. It's those close friends, it's your acquaintance, it's your tight buddy. That is how it is. So you could be looking at somebody, oh, he's just my friend, he's my brother, things like that. I also have a friend who just got married recently. Oh, Brenda, hi. She got married to somebody who for the longest time she called her best friend. And I remember we all used to make fun of it. Oh, you guys, you're too close. It's not normal. No, you guys need to date. And she would be like, no, he's my best friend. If we dated, we would ruin the relationship. And just about 2-3 weeks ago, they got married. So stop taking those close friends that you have around you. Stop looking at them like trees. They are men, and you never really know what their intentions are. And it's never enemies or strangers that you get married to. It's actually the people that are close to you. The fourth mistake that single people make is acting married when they are single. The man has not yet committed to you. He has not yet married you. and you start acting like a wife. Find that you assume wifely duties. You begin doing laundry, you start going to his place and cooking food for him, and even giving him the other food. You know, you're giving him marital benefits before he has actually married you. Or you even carry your luggage and move into his place. You move into his house. I mean, if you're there, then there's nothing that is going to keep him longing, because I mean, it is already there, right? So ladies, please, let's stop giving men marital benefits before they have actually married us. And what I've noticed is that the highest percentage of relationships that are like that, of women who move into guys places and start giving marital benefits, it never really yields anything. It only ends up in heartbreak, disappointment, and then you find that we ladies start saying, oh, he used me, or all these things. But sometimes you find that you actually carried yourself to the man's place. So what did you expect? Oh, sisters, let us stop it. Let's stop moving into guys' places. Let's stop acting like we are married while we are not. The fifth mistake that single people make is seeing red flags and ignoring them. The reality, guys, is that some of these things that we eventually get to see, whether in marriage or at a later point in the relationship, they are not new. These are things that we had actually already noticed. We see them happening, but you tend to ignore. You're like, no, he will change. No, he'll do this. Maybe he's a drunkard, and he comes back late in the night, or he's even getting back home in the morning. But you're like, no, when we get married, he's going to change. He's going to be a good guy. He's going to come home early. My sisters, these things don't change. If anything, marriage will only make things worse. So ladies, when you see some of these red flags, don't ignore them. Don't ignore them. Pay attention to them. Pray about them. Seek the face of God. Let God guide you in those decisions that you make. Please, never forget the Holy Spirit. May He be your guide, because the Bible tells us that He would send us a helper to help us discern between what is right or wrong. And for me, I believe that each and every day of our lives, the Spirit actually speaks to us, tells us what is right, tells us what is wrong, but we choose to ignore the voice of God at the end of the day. And that is why we end up making some of these mistakes. So ladies, when you see the red flags, when your intuition is telling you otherwise, please do not ignore that. Take it serious, pray about it, and make the right decision. Otherwise, we're going to be left broken at the end of the day. And also, stop making excuses for the guy. You see him doing this. Maybe he slaps you one day and you're like, no, he was just emotional, I provoked him. No, that is already a sign of a violent man. And let me tell you, my sister, when you get into marriage, if at all the relationship leads to marriage, that guy is going to beat you up properly. And then you're going to look back and say, oh, I wish I knew. Some of these characters are never new. We see them, but we just tend to ignore them. If you see someone, when he's so angry, he goes and he's all hitting the wall and kicking the air, that is already a sign of a violent person. So ladies, don't ignore that. And stop covering his mistakes. And sometimes you find that somebody has noticed that, oh, there's something that is odd about this person. Why do they react this way? And then you're trying to, cover up for them and make them look good. And you're like, no, he's just, he's just emotional. Or no, he was too provoked. Things like that. Ladies, let us stop. Let us stop. Right? There are some of these things that we could actually avoid. And the sixth mistake that I am going to be talking about that single ladies make is the fact that, you're single. You're hoping that somebody is going to identify you and date you and hopefully even go ahead to marry you, but you're hiding yourself in the house. Ladies, how will they see you? It's just like when you're for those who are in business, you have to get a shop or a trading center or something like, you have to display your items somewhere for people to see. So if you hide yourself in the house, where are the men going to find you? I mean, they don't move around houses knocking doors and saying, "Kong, kong, kong." I'm looking for a lady here. No. So make yourself available as well. Dress nicely, look good, and just go out there in the public. You never know where your Prince Charming is going to find you, right? So engage yourself in, you know, community activities, be part of church, be part of ministry, be part of community outreaches, go places, and you just never know where it could lead you. But avoid hiding yourself in the house. I hope you have your notebook and you're taking note of some of these things. The other mistake that I'm going to be talking about that single ladies or single people make is relying on their own understanding, right? So you're looking for a person, you need somebody to, you know, relate with, or you're looking for somebody that, you know, you can get married to, and you think you're going to do it on your own. It's not possible, my sister, my brother. It is not possible. So basically what I'm trying to say is that single people, even while you're waiting on God and you know, trusting him to send you the right person, please trust in God to actually come through for you. Trust in God to bring you that person that you're waiting for, that Prince Charming, that queen that you're looking for. Only God gives that, because even the Bible is very clear. Every good and perfect gift comes from the Lord. So for that perfect person that you're looking for, just trust the Lord, pray to God, ask him that, Lord, please direct me, guide me, and I'm sure that at the right time the Lord will surely come through for you. Because if you're to lean on your own understanding, I know that you're going to go nowhere, or you're going to keep meeting the wrong people. But if you trust God to come through for you, if you trust God that he's going to do that for you, and you seek his guidance, I believe that the Lord will surely give you nothing but the best, and you will have a happy life. You will meet an amazing person who will bring so much happiness and joy into your life. The last mistake that I'm going to be talking about that single ladies make is the fact that now when you find the person, when somebody has identified you, now maybe you're dating, things are going on well, you just tend to relax and say, after all, he's already found me, there's no need for any, you know, effort. Any relationship takes work, right? It takes work. The work could mean communication. The work could mean being honest with each other. The work could mean, you know, just being open. Because there are people who will actually get in a relationship, but then, you know, you get into this relationship and then again you're getting into another relationship. Like, you're all over the place. You want to be in like 3 relationships at the same time. So ladies, let's not relax when now we've found somebody. Let's continue to put in the work so that we get to where we actually want this relationship to get us to. Don't relax. Maybe you want to stop communicating because after all, we are already in a relationship. There's no need for me to reach out. No. Any relationship, be it marriage, courtship, anything, dating, it takes work, right? So ladies, please put in the work. And this is not just for the ladies, even the men. Don't relax, right? Keep things going, and I'm sure everything will be well. So those are some of the few tips that I thought I should share with the single ladies in the house. I hope they've been helpful. I hope you learn a lesson or 2 from this episode. And while you look out for that person, continue to work on you. What does the Bible say? Trust and obey. So as you're waiting, continue to trust the Lord and obey. Do the right thing. Work on yourself. Worship God. Travel. And keep yourself busy so that you're not out there just sitting and waiting for the person and you end up looking so idle. My single ladies, I wish you nothing but the best. I hope you land on that Prince Charming that you're looking forward to. To the gentlemen, I hope you meet that amazing queen that you're looking forward to meeting, and I hope there will be people that bring joy, happiness to you. Thank you so much for watching. I have been Joy, your host, and until next time, bye bye. God bless you.